Hello ladies and gentlemen, here we are again. We're just taking on from where we was last time, and basically just trying to finish off this field so that we can start cutting it again because the grass is ready to grow. Through the night there was a thunderstorm and everything's nice and calm now. I left the running. I've got two more here for you to pick up as well, so let me see where to put them. I'll just fill this baler with one more grass bale. We really needed to use the windrower, but what we'll do is we'll just pick up where we are so we've got all the bales off the field. Was that the last one you picked up? So Farmer Tyler is helping me. There's two more on this trailer to unpack. What we'll do is we'll wait till the day when it's raining and we'll just pull all the vehicles outside for a bit and that'll wash them. Use Mother Nature. You'll still need the wrapper on because there's two more bales here. Move forward. And that's that folded. An expensive piece of kit like this you wouldn't generally leave out in the open. You'd take it to your farmyard, I suppose, but there's no one else here. So there's lots of things you could do with a farming sim game which they don't seem to take interest in. Is like, and I've seen all these variants of mods where I was talking about one the other night where your vehicles get damaged if you leave them outside in the rain. And then the other thing is things like maintenance and damage to the vehicles, which some people don't want. They just want the simple game. Yeah, well, if you want the arcade version, that's okay. It's your game, you play it the way you want. But it's nice to have all these things like with switches in the options menu where you could decide you want this on and you don't want that on. So it must be a point where you get hungry and you have to go, if you haven't taken a packed lunch with you and you're out on the field, that you'll have to go home because you're so hungry you feel as though you're going to pass out. And like in a lot of other games that we play, especially in survival games where you get hunger, it'll make you go unconscious, give you blurred vision and things like that. It's the same for a farmer in real life. I mean, they still have to be able to eat and drink and various other things. So out on a field like this, it's not unknown for a farmer to have a portaloo, you know, and it's just one of them things. Can you just get that a nudge in with your truck? Put your hook away, your bail thing. Press B. A bit more. That'll do. Back up, back up, back up. Yeah. And it wraps the bail and it keeps all the moisture inside, and then it all starts to rot and turns to silage. Well, it doesn't matter, we've got all them now, so we'll leave them ones by the side of the shed. They're spares. But in reality, they would eventually they would rot to the point where, I mean, they're supposed to rot, but they would rot to the point where they can't be used by anything. Are they on the trailer? Take the whole trailer down to the farmyard. Yeah, well, we only needed, in reality, I said we only needed about 8. We know 8 or 12. Yeah, we've already got 8 or 12 because there's more more of them here as well. These are the overflow ones. Okay, and the ones in the yard are the ones we'll be using. We won't need any more than 8 or 12. You just make up a batch of food with them, that's all. It'll be such a long wait before we need to actually make any more. There won't be. You'll forget about making bales of food now for the next season, literally. It's silage, grass and hay are the main 3 things that you put into food. Well, you can make it all from grass. It's wet grass, dry grass, which is hay, and silage, which is fermented wet grass. Just put it in the, just drop it in the yard and leave it on the trailer. And then I'm going to get the windrower. But where is the tedder? I had a tedder. I'm sure I did. Well, I made a load of hay bales, so how did I do that without a tedder? Must have hired it and sold it back or something. Right, if I get one, can you go and pick it up? We only need a little one. I'll get it. You can go and pick it up. Just no, you haven't, because all the money's coming to me, isn't it? I gave you 300,000, so don't worry about it. You just want a little one there, just because we're only going to make enough hay. I'll buy it. Yeah. Yes, so I was talking about mods that you could have You could have a hunger mod for the farmer. You could also have one that lets him go and do his ablutions. He was, oh no, we don't want that. But in reality, if you want to make it realistic, farming, that is a real thing that you have to deal with. You are out on a field all day long, where you're going to go, you know. And it could just be a little added thing in to make the realism of the game a little bit better. And then other obvious things, like I left him sitting in a vehicle all night long with the engine running, and then later I turned the engine off and left the lights on, and the batteries didn't go flat, you know, and it was just by way of a bit of a test. And I sped up the time from about midnight, sat there in pitch blackness with his lights on while there was a storm raging, and I speeded up the time. And the lights, you know, most vehicles, these old tractors like this, they'll be on like a 24 volt battery. I'm not 100% sure about that, but they should also have them different technologies, so that if you want to replace the battery, you might be able to borrow a battery or jump start a vehicle. That makes it all the problems that you sometimes have with farms. And the other thing I've just noticed about our farm on this island is that we do not have anywhere to store our bales, which is a bit ridiculous. You know, we need a place to store bales. Right, I'm going to do half of this field right now like this. Where are you? Okay. Have you got the tedder? Right, so what we're doing is we're going to tedder. Your tractor's got a front implement, right? So another unusual thing about the tedder is it'll work on the front of the vehicle as well. So switch it to the front and put the harvester on the back. Yes. Now here's an interesting thing about mods, is that and the game and how it is incorrect in the sense that it works wrong. You can ted the grass and immediately pick it up, right? So back up to the baler and pick up the baler. No, don't put that out yet. No, you don't. You don't have to. Pick up the baler behind you. Right, now do not put the baler on just yet. Go to the other end of the field. Yep. So we'll start at one end of the field because we don't want it mixed up here, because we want as much as this, just as wet grass as we can, because we're going to be in. So turn round and then start coming back down the field, but only put the tedder on till you've got for the first little bit, until you've got, yeah, put the tedder on and drive forwards a little bit, G and V, and drive forwards a little bit, not the rear. Don't put the baler on just yet. Right, stop, slow down, you're going too fast. Right, let me just have a look what's happening. Right, so drive forwards. Keep going. Have you put it down? Is it actually... Go on, drive forwards with it then. It's not doing anything, is it? Raise it up. No, it does need to go that way, yes, you're right. Well, it used to be that the unusual thing about this, it used to work the other way. So drop the baler, let go of the baler. Just let me leave that there. I'll come and do it with you. Just a minute. We don't want too much tedding done. Attach the tedder to the rear of your vehicle. And we only want enough for about 8 bales. Not even that, maybe, I don't know. We'll just see. But I only want to be picking up, so stay in a straight line. I only want to be picking up immediately. Oh yes, you're doing, yeah. Good call. So all you need to do is only pick up the hay. But the problem with the hay, the tedder, is it makes instant hay, and it doesn't happen like that in real life. You cut the grass and you leave it out for about 4 hours. You have to cut it in the morning, so that and you have to cut it on a good day. If it's raining, pointless, you can't make any hay. You can only make hay while the sun shines, is saying. Right, make sure you come back down one side of that. Doesn't matter, but still connect it with this strip you've already put down. And we don't want too much hay, because we only want enough for a few bales, you see. So this is now a hay bale that I'm making. But the reality of making hay is that you cut the grass in the morning, the nice hot sunshine by midday has dried that grass out on that side of the blade of grass, and you come along with the tedder and you flick it over, and the idea of the tedder is it's supposed to flick the grass over onto its other side, and it dries the other side of the blade of grass, so the blade of grass is well dried out with the sun before you pick it up as part of a hay bale. So they've started doing things correctly, like making sure that the tedder does not go on the front of the vehicle and won't work when it's being pushed. But that wasn't ever the case, and it was a little bit of a trick you could do. Well, you've maybe run out of grass underneath yourself, so just a bit. I'll turn it round to turn off my balers, that I don't pick up any accidental uncut grass. Keep coming down the outside. Don't change your direction. Put the baler back on. You're going to stay going towards the sheds each time. Eventually all this is going to, the other stuff that we don't use is going to go into a silage bay. Everything that's not baled will be a silage. So the issues are, one, the tedder used to work on the front of the tractor, which it shouldn't do, and they've corrected that. But this other thing is, this tedded grass is instantly pick-upable, if you like, collectible as hay, and that doesn't work like that. You use the tedder on the grass, all it does is flick the grass over. That doesn't magically turn it into hay. The sunshine heats the ground up and dries out the grass, and that's how you create the hay. But the grass has got to be dried on both sides, and that's why if you just leave it on the ground, it'll stay wet. So after the sun's had a chance to have a go, it flips they are hay bales. Look at my baler, it says hay. No, you can see the colour of them is different. and then if you leave them for a little bit longer, they start to go pale, much more pale. Now I did have a mod for that at one point, and for some reason they've stopped doing that. So you would have thought if they wanted to make this more realistic and lifelike, that they would have done some of them things I've just been mentioning. And I used to have a bale counter on most of my bales as well, but I don't know where that technology's gone. It was on one or two particular bales that you'd have a thing in your cab where you'd be able to look at the detail in your cab and it would tell you how many bales you'd done. But this is an old tractor, and I anticipate they wouldn't even have thought of it in them days. Use your eyes and count. That'll do us. I don't think we need any more. Yeah. How many bales have we got? You want to go pick them up? I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the one that's coming out the baler now. 8. So I'll put 10 together. Yeah. So go and pick up the 10 bales now. Don't make any more hay. And the only other reason why we'd want to make the hay, lots of hay in the summer, is if we're going to sell it to the other farmers, because some of the other farmers only have a farm field that they're just concerned with doing soybeans on or something like that. It's I haven't put it anywhere. You took it down to the farmyard, didn't you? Right, so did you see where I put the other bales? Go down to the farmyard, tell me when you're there, and I'll come down to the farmyard and I'll show you where to put them. Next to the other bales, they're in the sheds next to the house. One came out and it looks like you can see it. Look, it's darker. Look, it's a darker green. So that will be a grass bale. The other thing I used to have on me, which was a mod, was a cut tool. And when you was this close, you could cut the bale open. It would turn back into loose grass. Come down. I'm in this truck. Right, let's have a look. Can you see me? So it was over this way. So I put the grass bales here. So you can back these in and just stand them in here, but put them further into the back. So make sure you go nice and straight. Yep. you've got to just be careful how you're steering. Do you want me to do it? You want me to do it? Yeah, I know you can do it. Go on, keep going. Yeah, try and get it closer into the wall. Turn your wheels, stop. Turn your wheels to the other way. The other way. That's it. Now back up and it'll push the trailer into the corner a little bit. Keep going. But don't knock the thingy over. A bit more, a bit further in. A bit more. Straighten your wheels out. Turn your wheels the other direction now. That's it. Now go backwards. Keep going. Now press the Y button. You just got to be careful that that arm doesn't knock the other bales over. Now wait till it stands them up, and then once it does, you've also got to straighten your wheels out. Put your steering straight now, because if you don't pull out straight you'll knock the bales over. Although it's going to go, press Y. Now pull out slowly. Good. And they're in there. How many have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 bales, yeah. And then the other bales can sort of like go in front of them or just in the middle here. But what I was going to do is I'm going to put them wet bales there. The ones that are wrapped can stay outside. These dry bales, these dry grass, the wet grass bales, they can go in the shed. And yeah, don't knock them over. Right, go and pick them other hay bales up then. I don't think I can. I'm actually already in the thing. Let me have a go then. I'll come and jump in. Let's have a look. Have we still got the multiplayer? You got the 2 seats, have you? Left shift Z. I'm glad you came. Right. So I'm sat in the cab with you now. Have you farted? Oh, it's a ride along. What is this, rallying? Slow down then, because you're going like a maniac. Yeah, but you damage the trailer. In reality you would. Slow down. I don't want to be shark food. Shall I go and have a look? See if it's about? Yeah, stop there. How do I get out of the seat? Left shift Z. Right, okay, right, just a minute. Usually wherever you're looking the shark appears. So it's just like the game's way of saying he's always there. What about da 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 da? Where is he? Oh yeah, I didn't look over there. No, he isn't on for me. So go careful. Look, shark food. Welcome to the circus. Just teleport back up into your vehicle. So he can see the shark just about here in his screen, but it's not on there for me. Same like when we were adding. Oh, there it is for me. Look, it's on the screen now. So I'm going to jump on his back and have a ride. I heard a terrible story about a chap who decided he would take a picture of a shark he discovered in the water when he was taking pictures of things, and he put his arms out with the camera. Yeah. Hello. Come on, big boy, what are you going to do? He's not doing anything. He's a friendly shark. Have a ride on the back. Yeah, I'm just swimming, yeah. Right, I'll teleport to the field.
Press left shift tab. I mean, yeah, left shift tab.
Left shift tab. Left shift. Left shift tab.
Left shift tab.
Yeah, but it's only going to move me back through the vehicles. Yes, I know.
So if you get out now,
Yeah, I spent a lot of time fixing that, you know,
then
because it was a problem
if you
I had to
left
ask
shift tab, it wrong.
ChatGPT about because it was giving me grief.
Wait, is it Russian?
What? No.
Sorry, not
Germans make this game. That's what they're good at, making games and engineering and making machinery. They're the best engineers in the world, arguably. No, it isn't. I like him. So, yeah. Anyway, the thing is, I was talking about mods that make the game more realistic. Watch out for not picking up that incorrect bale. It's 3 bales together and one of them's a normal grass bale. So, in general, what would happen is, if you was to jackknife a trailer like this, like my lad's always doing, you push it back like that, that would be it, snap. You damage and strain all the knuckle joints, maybe break the universal joint, you know, and if you didn't break it the first time, the second or third time you'd done it, it would put damage on it, and that was what the mod was about, you know. So things like jackknifing the trailer, okay, well, doesn't matter, if they get mixed in, doesn't matter. They'll get sorted out. We'll get sorted out when I move them. Just if you can avoid picking them up, better than not. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, just go for it. So 2 wrong bales, it won't make no difference.
Still, they have 11 bales.
Right. So we're just looking to make sure that they look at the colour of them and make a decision as to whether you think they're thingy bells.
So them two at the back,
Yeah.
they're not.
Right. Okay.
There we go.
Right. So now pick that other one up there out of the way with your front fork. Have you got pallet fork on? Oh, you would well. If you're doing baling, always put your bale fork on.
I have got my bale fork on.
Yeah, that isn't a bale fork. Let me have a look. Stop. Has it got stabby, pointy things on it? Oh. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, it is. Yeah, good lad. Nice one. So pick that bale up and take it with you to the farmyard. Then I'm going to do the rest of this windrowing. It's been so long that I've had to work without having my shift tab to go back through things that I have even forgotten how to use it instantly. What's that one bale there? The grass bales. Are you sure it's not a hay bale? Okay, right. Put them both on the bale thing. Yeah, put them in the trailer. It's alright. Pick them up with the... you might only get one. Yeah, you might get them both on there. Pick them both up with the trailer and I'll... It just gets rid of them then, doesn't it? Yeah, no, it's alright. We'll get rid of them later. I'll take them off the stack later on. But leave them on the trailer this time. No, take the trailer down to the farmyard, and then you want to come back with you know that big wagon, the big red wagon, with the which is the auger wagon. Yeah, the one that wouldn't go up the hill with this tractor that I've got on. No, well, You can bring it anyway, can't you? Because it's not full.
Ooh, no, you know what lock is? It's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's like
It's
an invisible lamp.
an invisible lamppost.
That just flashing for absolutely nothing. Maybe it's one of those bulbs.
I don't know.
Oh, the shark! Two sharks! I just saw two sharks!
You want two?
Two!
Yeah, nice. Yeah, two sharks. You've seen two sharks now.
We've only ever seen one
You've
before.
only ever seen one before. That's right.
One by two.
So normally what I do when I'm building these windrows is usually record a temporary course that I can delete later on, and I might do that. These first two lines in the middle of the field roughly can just serve as a marker point. So I will start creating a course from here so that we can just design a quick course to pick up this bale. I'm not going to worry too much because we're going to start cutting the grass again straight away anyway once we've picked up these runs.
You know that fence right there? That tiny shed there? Look how close it's gone.
Just leave the trailer there, yeah, don't bring the trailer back. Just leave the trailer there, that'd be fine.
Well, Bill's come back.
Yes, but don't forget the trailer. Come back and bring the trailer with you. Never come back empty handed. No, just bring it with the tractor you've got.
This is which one, Lucy? It's like, you don't see an attachment. Oh, wait, no, I'm just on the wrong side. I'm surprised that the man can actually use that.
Yeah, well let's
I know how to do it. I don't have to use it.
right, so just recording a course here. You can hear the woodpeckers. Cruise control is on, so I don't have to hold the W key. Well, we've cut the grass. You see, they got all that detail. The worms are out because the ground has been disturbed. The worms are out, so the crows are down on them, feeding on the worms. And if I sound my horn, if the boat will reply. I haven't got a horn. Usually like a big foghorn. Ba-derp. For some reason the cosplayer's taken over this. So I did not want him to do that. Oh, hey, he's doing it. Because I pressed H to try and sound the horn, but the horn isn't on H anymore. This game is installed on a new computer, so obviously I'm now with the hire worker. That's why I lost control of the tractor, and I'm sat there watching it, and I go to try and press the WASD keys, and next thing I know I haven't got no control. Doesn't matter, I'll just leave it in there. He seems to be doing a good job actually, better than I was. He's a light, nice and straight. Although he's missed a bit. I deliberately missed a bit, but you know, doesn't really matter. The grass is going to get another cut straight away because the grass is back up again, as you can see, because it's been literally more than a day since it was last cut, and I've got fast growth on, so it doesn't take that long for the grass to grow. But he's going to miss an awful lot of grass doing it this way. Why can't you just stop there and put his tools back down instead of doing this thing where they straighten up? Well, I'll leave him doing that now, and my lad has left his computer, and he must have stayed in the vehicle because I can't get into the vehicle he was driving. I've told him about this, but he doesn't listen. Not of interest to him at all. If you're in the vehicle, I can't get in it. If you're just going to sit there in the vehicle, get out of it. Stand on the side of the road. I used to have another mod as well, which was a vehicle switcher, and you could group the vehicles together, and I did try to get it back, and there was a vehicle switcher listed, but it did not let you group the vehicles. So where's the trailer? There, it's left. He doesn't want to actually use this trailer, that's the thing. I'll let him go and buy a new tractor, that'll be the thing that'll make him decide. my new toy to play with. You don't have access to this land. I mean, it's even though it's on the edge of my field. I was going to consolidate his course and just set it out so that I can then follow it. I was making a gap in between by starting at this end, but I really should have started over at the other side, of course. And trying to pick up some of the runs that are not on his routes. They're already created. But the idea, as soon as I can stop him, I can start at that waypoint there that we started his tracking on. Then there's this half of the field to do. I've also got to find a decent mod so that I can start compacting with a decent vehicle. Burger and beans for tea. That's a cowboy's dinner. I actually love burger and beans. And the only other things that I also like, egg butties and bacon butties. Good old egg butty or a bacon butty. When I have burgers though, I often like to have onions and gravy with burgers. Sausages with onions and gravy. I'm making me feel hungry. And this is why he doesn't like this this vehicle. front wheels are slipping because they haven't got a weight on the front. And I don't think we've got any weights. We don't own any. I didn't see any when we was at the garage earlier looking for the tedder. I didn't deliberately look for the weights, but if I'd have seen them, I'd have remembered, I think. But I used to have, at one point, I'd have maybe 3 or 4 of these vehicles going down collecting all of the harvest off the field, all the grass, and then coming straight back and taking them straight through the bunker bay. Now, unfortunately, the bunker bay has just had it all piled in, and it might mean that I have to do other things to flatten this bunker out. I don't know if one of my implements is. It's been a long while since I've played at this farm, and I did buy some of these things specifically for use with the front loader. So I'm wondering if this is an attachment for the front loader. It is. All we're trying to do is to level it out. So we've got a dip. And of course, the better way to do this is to put one wagon load in at a time and then compact it. And what I used to have is the wagon like that one, like the red tractor with the red trailer, would come up, drive around the bunker bay about 3 times, driving through it every time, and 3 times would take it, with the weight of the trailer being full, would take it to, you know, near complete compaction, and then you would then it would, on the fourth job, fourth turn round, it would actually it would drop the load in the bay. And by doing that, it would fill it up, it would come back, compact it with another full load in the trailer. The weight of the trailer would help. You lift it and then you start it to tip, and then you pull back nice and gently and let it filter out over that ground that you've just covered. So it should build up. Higher layer. And also if we put the F1 menu on, we should be able to see the compacting state. You see it is 98% compacted. 100% compacted. We could literally just sheet this over. I've got all that other grass to put in here. But if you don't get this level enough, it's terrible trying to drive over it. Not only for the reasons of compacting, but when you come to taking it out as silage. I used to do a mod review at one point. I haven't done any mod reviews for a long time. The thing that annoys me about a lot of games is they don't think of all these details when they start out. You know, like a simple thing like in Euro Truck was, why didn't they give us multiplayer? Because at the start of the game, when it was ETS Euro Truck Simulator, this is before Euro Truck 2 came out, and in Euro Truck 2 as well, for those of you who don't know, don't remember, it used to be a mod. It was a mod community that did it, and if it weren't for the modders, the game wouldn't have survived, because the modders made all the nice trucks and the like with the same with farming sims really. And be for the modders, the game wouldn't have survived much, because most people just want to shoot guns at each other, don't they? I suppose it would have been a hardcore set like myself would have played farming simulators. But if you're not hardcore with wanting to play farming sims, then, you know, some people come in the game and they'll say, where's the guns? Oh, no guns. It's not a gun game. You've got a big doorstep there, so we'll pick that up and we'll just gently, oh, I was supposed to be going backwards at that point, just not all the way down with your thing, so you pull it up, then as soon as you get moving backwards, if I can get off the wall, start tipping it. So the height on this doesn't want to be down. If you drive into it with the thing right down there, you won't clear. It's got a thickness to it, and you want the thickness to be remaining. So the idea is to drive in and just to shave the top off with this type of a tool. You know, the idea is you're trying to shave. Now once your front wheels lift, then you'll want to go down a little bit more. And you've got to get good at not creating dips and divots. And then the way to we're talking about the actual tool itself on the front loader. Then you start moving backwards and just let it layer out evenly, and hopefully it all runs out of the shovel before you get to the entrance. So this time you might need to look a little bit more carefully, because the wheels go into a little bit of a divot there, and then just to get them. And I watch people using these tools incorrectly all the time. Well, me, it's their game, they can do what they like, but they start there getting frustrated and complaining, but they're just not using the tool. Every time they go in, they're using the tool wrong. They go in with it fully down against the ground, like they're picking it up with a bucket shovel. So it's about knowing how to use the tool. So now I raise it up, and as I go backwards, I'll start to tip it so that it'll fall. And even, we want an even. And then there is another tool that you can put on. I think it's nearly done. So get ourselves positioned. Oh, stuck. Let's try and stop it. I hit the wall, so that's where you end up tipping it all in one space, and then the next thing you know, you've ruined it. Right, now then that should be it. We are 99, 100% compacted, and we should be able to bring this other trailer in. So this would come back from a standard run, and it would go, if I can do it properly, it needs a front weight on, as I say. It would drive 3 times around this. So let me record a quick course. Start at this side. There is a bunker course at present as well, which you can get. You just put the correct tools on a tractor, and it will drive it as if it was a bunker. It'll go backwards and forwards, and you can make the courses yourself any which way you like. So 3 of them. This time we'll go in at this side. It's all just to help with the evening out and the compacting. And then you'd stop that course just here and call that one free circuit bunker compact. We'll save that, and then you will make another course. So we have to turn that one off and make another course. Start course record. This time it's going to be a bunker course, so I think it's that one. What we'll do is we'll record the course first and then we'll let it go. Actually, I've made a mistake. We don't start that one till after the start point of the 3 bunker circuit course, because it needs to be after the start of that one, and thus it would mean it would need to be about here, so nearly towards the end of the bunker bay. When the vehicle's finished doing the 3 circuits, it will then slowly switch to this, because you'll join both the courses together, and it will change to this course. That's what I'm hoping. And that's where it will have unloaded its stuff, and then it'll go this way to leave. Okay, we'll call that bunker unload. Then we should put both of them in the same folder, but just for now I'll turn that one off, go back into the new courses. There's an old bunker run there, I didn't remember doing that one. So we want, with nothing loaded, we want that one and then that one. So let's see what happens. It should go around 3 times and then unload. Based on the fact also that I've got that there, it might start dumping the first time round, and it shouldn't do that. So I've got one of my sons watching my live stream at the moment. Hello, Chris. And Chris is actually a truck driver that comes home and plays Euro Truck. He drives trucks all day, articulated lorries for a living, and then comes home and once again starts driving a truck in a game. So We're all crazy. Let's see if this is going to work. It may be getting messed up by that other vehicle that's up the road there. So if your cosplay course is going wrong, you will find that sometimes it's down to other vehicles interfering with them, and especially if that vehicle is a specific specialist vehicle. Like front loader arms can cause a lot of grief. So he should, I'm expecting him to drive around 3 times without unloading.
Going back on.
So he hasn't done that, he's just unloaded. So, but it used to be with cosplay that you could put
You know what that's?
2 courses, your vehicles up on in the farmyard with me. He will now drive around a few times. Right. Well, do you want to go and pick up some more grass? So I'll just turn this. So Tyler's here with me, and is Chris at work? Is FS19? Is Chris at work? See what time is it? Okay, right. Does he want to jump in with us? He does have it. It's in his history. He plays 2022 and 2025 more now, and said to him if he wants to come and jump in, he can do. He knows the password. It's the standard one. Do not repeat it, please, Farmer Tyler. Yeah. So we might be getting another helper. Yeah, I'll have to help him sort it out. So basically we're just going to try and take the tops off this. I'd have to send us all the mods for this, because we've got quite a few mods on. So you need to go and cut the other side of that field, and then we need the oh dear, I dumped it all in one go. It's a bit of a divot here. So we'll fill that in. If we can get the wheels just right. So what I'll do in the next live stream is I will show everyone what mods I've got on this farm. This is called Spectacle Island, and it is a mod map, of course. There's a lot of things. Just with every map, there's always things to be desired. You know, in this one, we discovered we haven't really got a hay barn, and I could put one in. I've got plenty of fields around me that you could use as a hay barn. Corners of field where you could put hay barn. We're just looking at mods for that as well. Anyway, so our compact is 100%. Do you want to come and get this? Go and get that red trailer and fill it up again. Bring it back. Well, you need your tractor, and there's the big red trailer. Unless you want to take it with the purple truck, but the purple truck doesn't necessarily make it any easier. It might be time to go and buy a brand new tractor though. No, we need something that can pull that. Or you can take the smaller trailer. There is another trailer. You've got one of the grass augers. What? 238 grand. Well, I'll put 150 towards it. Let's call it 300. So I'll give you another 150 grand. Just let that save. Money.
Oh yeah, I can get it for 193 grand.
Yeah, but you want the bigger engine on. Make sure you got the big engine.
Engine cell. Now it's 234,000.
What's the bigger engine? You haven't gone through all the sequence.
7310 is the biggest
No.
one.
Keep going, keep going.
Look, so that's the fair.
Yes, keep going.
Yeah, the 73.
310, okay then. So,
If I lease it, it'll be 11 grand.
that's 100. No, not leasing it, we'll buy it. So, you put half to, how much is it? 200?
234 grand.
234. So I'll give you or 150 grand towards it, and then you put the rest to it, and we'll buy it. You go pick it up. You'd be able to just teleport to it, I suppose. But okay, come on and bring another.
Oh, it's got any fuel, and it's not fuel about to break.
Oh, I might have bought a second-hand one.
Not what it's brand new.
Well, it wouldn't be about to break if it was brand new. Where did you leave your red tractor?
It's on a course.
What I'm doing here is I'm going to start the course recording, just put the hire worker on and let him drive the course. Of course, to get somebody else to follow exactly what the previous hire driver has done, where you've just started them randomly in the field, you actually need to record a courseplay course and make it temporary. So that one next to it was temporary grass cut, field 701, and then this one will be temporary grass cut 2. In fact, by the time we've used that one next to it, this one will be gone, done. There's another thing you can do, is you could merge all of the, you could constantly take all of the previous lines of stuff into one big line like this. Which is a game we used to play. So I'm pinching some of his line because I accidentally, because I didn't point him straight, did I? So the AI worker can only work with what I give him. If I point him in the wrong direction and say do a straight line there, it could be off whack a little bit, and then he won't finish things like all these top head parts. But I thought we'd just go over that at the end. Plus we've got somebody cutting the grass now, so we have to go and stop that, because I didn't realise you were starting cutting the grass again. Well, let's let me jump into that vehicle because... Can you connect the purple truck back up to where it was and not just leave it in the middle of the yard as well? Because that's going to cause us problems.
Just fixing it.
Right, so we did not really need this type of a vehicle. It's alright to jump in and, or if you're going to do other sides of courses, but generally we don't want all these windrows destroying whilst we're trying to just pick up the grass we've already got. You know, we've got plenty of grass, we'll fill that bunker with all this. Turn your engine off. They've been knocked over, haven't they? Well, it wasn't me, so it must be you, because there's only me and you playing. Okay, well, maybe the ghost knocked him over then. Ooh. The ghost of Spectacle Island. Thanks for not running me over. It would have been nice to go, what did you say, left Control Z to get in the passenger seat? It does. There's a little bump seat, look. It's not a full seat with the back. Left Control Z, and it's not putting me in. Yes, I know, but you mean after turn cosplay off? I can't do that. I can't do that because it's already running.
Oh, it's left shift Z.
Yeah, left shift Z.
It's because your truck's went up. Yeah, so it feels very good. So you
And so, despite his little hiccup there, he managed to get round. This might be a bit different. He's got a mix of cut grass and hay, so this might be a bit of a different mix to put in. And he's just recorded that course on top, so as long as it's all mixed in when it goes into the trailer, and then to go into the silage bunker, it shouldn't really matter. There used to be another thing that wouldn't happen, is if you had hay and grass, it wouldn't go into the same bale, or it wouldn't go into the bunker, because it's only got wet grass in it, or chaff. Well, the reality is it's all just organic material. You can put in a real world, you can put chaff in the same bunker with grass and with hay and straw and whatever else you've got, and it'll all break down because you shoot it over and let it all start to gestate, as it were, or ferments. And hopefully there's enough wet material there to start, it builds up heat and then starts to ferment, just like when you're making beer. So need to just end this course, and we'll call that one temp grass cut field 7. I think I put field 7 the last time, and 2. Yeah, as long as it's named differently. Just trying to catch all this. I mean, it shouldn't be too niggly like it is. You know, if I own this field, I own this field. Don't go saying, oh, you don't own this land, just as it does about here. I go 3 feet off the beaten path, it goes, you don't own this field, you don't own this land, get off my land. So that'll do. I'm not going to waste any more time with that. We'll just take that grass that's off it, and then we'll do another cut. And if anything, we might have another vehicle wash down here. So I don't know what he did with that new vehicle though. I've just realised we need a bit more top-up fuel in this. These large Russian vehicles like this, the beauty of them, well, it was like this and the Caravats, I think. I can't remember what this one's called. You put the Tedder in there, I think. So does it tell us? We can go to the garage, see what it's called. Yeah, it's not the one. So this is only stuff we've got. Some of these mods came with the map. This stuff. Old engine SMD 62. We've got these claws, these scrapers as well. Levelers used to move the chaff about. Where did we put them? Let's go back to that vehicle. If anyone knows why that map's on there and where it's come from, it's obviously part of some mod or something. So normally I stick all the I'll be using this tool all the time, and it is for managing the bunker bay. So anything that's for managing the bunker bay generally goes next to the bunker, of course. So pop it right in tight against the wall. And then drop it. And there's other things like this thing, which is a leveler as well, but it doesn't work on this particular vehicle. It's one for a tractor. Nudge it in a bit. As is this thing is for a smaller tractor as well. This, I can't imagine that fits this vehicle. And plus I've already got something like that in that yellow tool that I've just put down. No, you see, so it doesn't work on that. And this again is for a tractor, I believe, but it might fit on this. There are some of them, I forget what they call them mods, the CS something or other mods. And I've got a couple of tools for this, I think, over at the other side, a big bin. But it's been so long since I, used this map. So, and I was at this place, so you're thinking, look at this, that's good, that. But that's only for, you know, scooping up the silage. And it was there out of the way because it is quite deep. And along the fence line here is just a nice hardy place to put things. So, you know, but left without management, certain people cut down trees like this because they say they're in the way, and then that spoils the look of the farm. So the trees are what really makes the farm look pretty, I think, anyway. And I did have a time when I was experimenting with the conveyors, as you can see, but I could never just get them right. So, right, anyway, I need to get that tractor that he had, and I think he must be sat in it because I can't cycle to it. And this sort of stuff annoys me, you know, it's like just sling it in against the wall, just crash it into the wall and leave it there. Instead of putting it back where it belongs. And since I haven't got a vehicle big enough to pull that, I will use this, because it does have a PTO, and it does have varied towing hitch. So if I wanted to, I could just take this one down there because I might as well. Although this is not the one I was intending to take down there. Take this trailer down. Oop. And as you can see, looking around, a lot of the fields on this particular part of the island all need looking for the shark, of course. Always got to look for the shark. There he is. So he just left it there, did he? Okay, fair enough. I best just try and oust him from the vehicle. I must have told him about this about 100 times. Let me go back and dump him out. There. Then I can teleport into the vehicle. You know, I don't always want to do that, but when I'm doing one of my own private little farms, you'll like it because I do it with a let's try and get this bit of a mix in. I do it with British Racing Green, Royal Navy, not Royal Navy, that's blue, British Army Land Rover is my personal vehicle, not one of these new pickup trucks like that thing. But that's okay. I mean, it's got a use, and you've got a brick of gold in the back as well. But we earlier we lost another brick of gold somewhere. There's a gold man on this map as well. Just leave him stood on the road there. I was going to bring him his horse. He's having his tea. So to his grandma at the moment, and then he'll be back in with lots of chatter. So mainly we want to go back to this vehicle. Yes, I'd use a Army Land Rover style, Army style, and either have it with a detachable back so you could take the back off. Don't need that on for the minute, because we don't have a course on this bit, do we? Yes, we do. Actually, but I just wanted to pick up a bit of a mix to start with. That was what it was I was doing. So, because if for some reason this map doesn't pick up both types of grass, and it is, so I'm picking up wet grass and I'm picking up dry grass. And you see some of the mods and some of the maps, they'll say no, you can't have that in your trailer if you've got dry grass. Well, of course you can. You can put garbage in your pickup trailer if you want to pick up anything it can pick up. If it could pick up soybean stalks or anything, in reality you could do it. There'd be nothing stopping you. So I don't have access to this land, fair enough. But it's my field. You're talking about a little 3 foot wide strip that you won't give me access to. Right, so while I've got that on the go, with my vehicle switcher as well, I could just pull it up and change the group number to assign this tractor to group 1, which would be my main vehicles. So the first thing I want to do is just go back to the course and say temporary courses, temp, there, that one. That's the first one put on. So as soon as I've driven this course, I may remember to delete it. Wherever it is, I can't see it, so I'm going to have to rely on the vehicle. I want him to do some field work, and I want him to go the first waypoint and drive. So I'm not going to sit with him, I'll just leave it up to him, see what he does. While I'm busy just doing this bit. And if he doesn't do what I want him to do, he gets the sack. Let's go and pick up one of these little trails that's here. You wouldn't obviously attempt really to do this with a tractor unit like this. It's a shameful waste of power, but needs must. So what you do is you bring in a 3 foot wide, don't have access to this land, so it's not letting me pick up that trail, so I'll need to bring in the windrower to pull that over. I'm not going to be bothered about it. It'll all get picked up in the wash. There's loads of other bits to do, like this bit on the rock here. Look, I bet you I can't pick that up. Nope, didn't let me have it. But it's let me have this. He's doing his job. Looks like he's picking up fine. So I'm covering all the bits that I didn't cover with a temporary cosplay course, so I didn't have to do all of it manually. If you're driving a course once that you're going to have to go over a few times over, just makes sense just to use cosplay. If you don't want to go over it and over it and over it. Back in the day, you won't believe this, but when we had things like Farming Simulator 2008 and 2011, we didn't have cosplay as we have it now, and you used to have to drive no hire a worker as well. That wasn't a thing till about 2011. Drive an agri farmer and John Deere farmer, which I used to play before that, back in the noughties. And if you wanted to plough a field, you had to actually plough the field. And that's what you call hardcore. Because there's not many people these days will sit there and drive up and down the same field, for an hour on end trying to do it. And some of the fields are that big, they actually take the real life time it would take. Because if it's to scale, so you don't have access to this land, so all the loose stuff that's on the road stays there like a mess. And that's it, it's full. I already have one of these courses. This truck behaves quite well, realistically, in the sense of how you see how the cab's moving around. Although you'll probably go a little bit slower than what I'm doing here. And since my 3 runs around it did not work, not much point in doing it. So I could just do this. But won't take much though for this truck to get stuck now, with it having the small wheels. And then stop it if I can. I tried stopping it but it didn't stop. So it's better to have the big lump at one end, I suppose. Oh, what's going on? It's got stuck somehow. you just send one truck at a time down here because it's a narrow enough lane. You've got to be very careful when you're setting your cosplay courses. Oh dear. Goodbye Vienna. Here we go. So I think we've messed that one up. Let me just revise that course. Should I lose that truck or not? No, I think I can recover it. I shouldn't have been a fool. I told my lad not to drive like that, but I then don't take my own advice. So he's full. Stop him. I'm going to leave his course intact because I was going to bring him another wagon, leave him up here. Mind you, this tractor was only purchased in order to hump this big trailer up the hills. So let me temporarily leave that off the road on the grass and go and get my vehicle that I was planning on, which is the shovel loader. With the shovel. Because this is the vehicle that can rescue most vehicles that are in that state that have endangered that vehicle in. A totally noob thing to do. Noob farmer. And this is where I could do with my helper, so I'm going to give him a shout. And we did have some tow bars, some tow chains. Look, so there's somebody else that got off the truck, off the edge of the cliff there. Look, that's a petrol tanker. There was a bus in there. There is a bus in there. Bit dodgy, but yeah, that's maybe gonna do it. Typical, turned his engine off. Just gonna get my grandson to come and help us. I think it's going in the drink one way or the other. Yeah, goodbye. Just don't want it to take me with the truck with me. So let's go and let it have one of those disconnects. Don't know, just keep trying. Oh, there you are. We was getting on. It would have worked straight away if we'd have. If I'd have first not crashed it into the bridge. Side have been unloading, loading. Thank you, we did it. But now what I have to do is to pause the recording. And this gives you, if you don't know, about fixing up your courses. Disconnect. I just got to jump back into that other vehicle, but I might as well reverse up there. So to repair this course, we use the bin button. And we'll take this back to about that point. So all this wasted time, but not really, because I mean it then does show you. So we're taking it from about there. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you do. So once we're here, we can just turn the pause off, and we're back driving it. And you see that the little yellow markers are appearing above the cab. That shows we're recording a new course. So that crash off the side of the mountain actually never happened. And I'll just pull forward to here. In order to connect up to your trailer, don't do any silly backing up things. What we're going to do is we're just going to pause again, reverse and connect the trailer. Then drive back to where we want to be. There's our cows up there, look. So now you get an overview of where the farm is, you see, it's up on that. And then we'll just turn the thingy off again and we're back to driving our course. Like nothing ever happened. It never happened. You never saw it. And I've got a cosplay course to prove that it never happened. There's the shark down there, look. There's a boat. It could be his dinner. We should be able to tip the boat up. Chuck a couple of bales at him. See if we can capsize his boat and watch him get eaten by the snake. By the shark. Snake. There's another thing. Just recently they discovered a big... Is it an anaconda? I mean, they're always finding these things, but this one was massive. And let's put him on the temporary course as well. First one, because we're trying to get rid of that course. Oh, I didn't finish my course. I just ruined all that anyway. Let me stop that course to there and just say we're just going to call it F7 N BK, which is F7 and back. So it starts at F7, goes to the farmyard. We could say farmyard bunker. Not thinking straight. We want him now to drive that one. A field work. And the first waypoint. F7 bunker run. F7 bunker run would be, I haven't been very well the last couple of days. Some sort of a chest infection, coughing all the time. So I have to turn the mic off to have a little bit of a cough. So I'm bunker running back. That was the one we just did. So, how have you been? So, just wherever the first waypoint was. I thought it was here for this course, but let me just get the current waypoint, or the closest waypoint. Let's do a drive 2. Typical. You're not looking where I'm going. Look at this. Why is he doing this? I don't know. I'm trying to get him to follow the course that I've made for him. And the course should be down here and across this bridge. It's the same course. It was just a... Well, I'll just have to drive him now. I have got another course I can give him though. A previous course I only just discovered that I'd made from the last time. Bunker crop off. I don't know what that means. Should have said drop off, not crop off. But I don't know where that one goes. Farmyard, that is. F7 to Farmyard Bunker and back. That was the one. It should be here. But no, it's trying to drive up the cliff side. Next closest waypoint. So I always enter the bridge just here, so unless he actually starts to go straight ahead, he's going to drive over the edge of the bridge. Okay, I'll just manually drive it then, just for now. Also give me a way to test it. This vehicle makes it up there alright. It's a bit of a steep hill, that. So, have you got a passenger seat on this? Jump in then. Are you in? Let's have a look at you. You've got glasses on. Don't know. It says you've got glasses on here. I would like to try the 3 circuits on this first in normal mode. Stop it, don't do that. It's annoying. Three. Oh. Let's try this. With the weight of the trailer and the weight of the tractor, the intention is for him just to go around the bunker 3 times. One of those issues of, whilst I said it was alright just to leave it there because I thought I'd be able to deal with it before it came up, it's been a problem. You shouldn't park trailers like this at the end of the bunker because it interferes with the access to the bunker. Even if there isn't enough room to turn, the AI doesn't think so. So now I have to go and get another vehicle. Not going to be able to move it with this one, but I need this one there anyway. Have you got your red tractor that you was driving? Can you go and move that? Leave them cutters there. You don't need all them with you. It's the only way to make them remember not to park it there. Knowing a good place to park your vehicles and always having a place for them is part of your good management. Place for everything and everything in its place. But occasionally you can drop something where you really didn't expect to be putting it. If it's only going to be temporary. But in general, never put anything either end of the bunker, because this end of the bunker here has also got a dual function because there's another silo quite opposite. Look, so you need all this room. You can't be parking vehicles here. Right, so we'll just tip. You know where the other where we put the other bales? That's where it wants to go. You can just leave them on the trailer because we're not using the trailer anymore, and then if we need to move them, we've still got them on the trailer. But in general, just leave them on the trailer in that area. Doesn't really matter where you leave them, as long as you don't leave them right in the entrance, so we can get other vehicles in. It's not really a work area over there, it's just a storage area. Storing vehicles in sheds and things. We were supposed to be going backwards then when that happened. So you probably just left a little pile. Nice one, thank you very much. Right, let's try and get this working. We don't tilt the shovel until we're actually moving backwards, because it's in gear, now it's moving backwards. Now we tilt it and let it just fall out of the shovel, nice and gently. So now that should be okay. Reasonably level, eh? Yeah? Better than all them bumps we had, isn't it? Still a bit of a bump there. Yeah, well if you put the 100% thing on it, it'll tell you compact level is already 100%. Do not press R, because I do not want it sheeting over. We've got loads of grass to put in here yet. I do not want the bunker closing. And if you do it, you can't reverse that. When it's time to do it, I'll give you a shout and you can put the sheet on. Okay. Nearly run you over. So yeah. What's happened? What's happened? What? See what? Enjoying yourself? You can just keep jumping about like a monkey. I'll be alright. I was trying to avoid putting it in the middle, but trying to just skim the top of it. It's a bit of a flat spot down this side here, so bit of a divot there. So levelling isn't as easy as you first think. It's not just about driving in. I have seen levelling tools which do it automatically. You drive over it and everything just falls into place. But I like these types of tools where they don't always... It's unrealistic. Yeah, there's one tool you can drive in, and literally as long as you can actually drive from the start to the finish, when you pull out the last inch of the bunker, it all goes perfectly level, like it was made out of concrete and laid. One drive in, one drive out. It's all compact and perfect, and it's ridiculous. It just sets the state of the bunker to compact and perfectly level, so you don't have any of this messing about. People say, well, why wouldn't you want that? Well, because I'm trying to play farming simulators. I want to simulate farming, and that's not correct. It's like people who, and I've got no complaints. If people want to do that, that's their game. Some people can't be bothered to pick up all of the bales. I use an auto baler, so but it is a real tool. It is a real physical thing that you can have on a farm, so I am still simulating farming. But some people have trailers, flatbed trailers, that you just drive past the bales, and the bales teleport onto the flatbed. So that's not realistic. But if you want to play a game like that, that's entirely up to you, and I think there's nothing wrong with it. I actually like to pretend that it's a real farm. That's why I like it. There's another farm called Hofbergman, and if you're not aware of it, another one of my I've got an old video from Lakeside by Stevie. That was another modder, one of the greatest modders. And he doesn't do it anymore because, I don't know, he just got disgruntled with it all. Especially since a lot of these companies, he puts all that time and effort and work into making a map. And then some of the things he's implemented and worked on, he doesn't get the praise for. Apart from the people who, love his mods like me. But whom I am not, like giants. And I'm not blaming the companies either, but in most cases I am blaming the companies, because it's like the modding community built the multiplayer mod and kept the community going when SCS Software, the developers of Euro Truck, weren't really interested. All they were interested in doing was bringing in new realistic trucks, which is something we all wanted, but they could have worked more on doing the mod. And I don't know if they actually asked any of the people who originally made the mod for the multiplayer, because it was a modded community and you have to log into a website. All that cost them time and money. The modders never got paid for it. That's generally what happens with mods. They're always free. And then somebody like SCF Software, they decide to go and look at the mod, probably. I mean, you're not going to tell me they didn't look at how they were doing it, because whilst the multiplayer mod was being distributed, SCS was saying things like, we don't condone the use of it, and if it breaks your game, it's not our responsibility, and all that sort of stuff. So, and that our game isn't developed to make it into multiplayer. So you can guarantee that if there was any wisdom in there looking at putting multiplayer together, which they now have in ETS2, that they must have looked at the guy who did all the work, the guys that did all the work, because I'm sure there was more than one, that made the multiplayer mod. And yet they didn't say to them, come and join our team, and here's the money that we owed you for all the work you've put into this up to now. How many hours have you spent doing this? Oh, about 700 hours. Right, we're going to we'll agree with you a figure to buy you into the company. You come in and work with us and help us develop the multiplayer. And this is how modders can get into game development, because a lot of modders are not necessarily from that world. I've done some mods myself, but it's only what I learnt from other modders, like I did a truck myself, but it was nothing like the ones that some of the modders can do. My son was talking about earlier in the stream, I got him a Knight's trucking mod done by I paid the guy about, I don't know, I can't remember how much I paid him. I paid him a bit of money to get did it for his birthday for him. And those modders, that's the only way they can earn money, is by working for the people who want stuff done. And I tell you, when I want anything done, the first places I go to is Fiverr and places like that to see if there's any modders who can make me a mod for this, that or the other. I originally was one of the only people calling out for a light generator mod. And basically that is a thing now, we can actually get it. So and it was one of them units that you can pull behind your tractor, which is a generator. You fill it with diesel, you pull it to the corner of your field, and you can do night work by flood lamps. So this should have been part of that course where I went. God, lost it now. Well, I'll just do that one. Farmyard to F7. I've already got those. That's what behind the petrol station. It's not our petrol station, but the one that's in the farmyard. If you look at the side, right, so you see them grey sheds, them wooden sheds there, that's what they are. That's a seed and fertiliser, liquid fertiliser, and there's some herbicides and what have you. Yeah, well, we'll come to using that. We don't need the fertilisers and stuff yet. We've still got to mend our other field. I'll just help you clear this field 7, then you can cut the grass, can't you? So I would like to be able to get a few of the older trucks. I do like doing the older farming with the old trucks like this. And I have no, you're mad about No Man's Land. I used to have this Latvian farm, and it had all these types of vehicles on it, and it was a rundown farm, and you was basically, there's the shark again, look. Hello shark, let's have a swim with you, swim with the sharks, don't bite me. Yeah, well, when Tyler sees the shark, I don't always see it in the same place. So I've still got this field I was preparing. This is one of our own current owned fields where it's got trees all growing in it. So, yeah, field 5. Yeah, well, it's not only you that plays with me on this map. I've had a couple of other guys play on this map with us, but mostly stop the driver there.
That scared me. I went around that corner.
Start the engine. Well, it's better when you start the engine. So we want yeah, pick it up and take it. Just put it to one side. Put it on top, or put it near the other bales, the other grass bales. Up this side, it's alright. So yeah, I was talking about earlier. I was talking about the mods and the way that they should work. Some of them, especially. For instance, with bales. There was a thing about the bales is that they never age and they never, you know, rot or anything like that. Now in real life, if you've got a wet grass bale that's for feeding and you don't look after it, like keep it in the right humidity in a barn, that's why we store grass in a barn. And if you don't do that, one of the things you'll discover is that the grass will dry out and turn into hay if it's kept too warm and dry, and or it'll eventually go old and it'll all just turn to dust. You know, it takes a long while, but then if you've got dry straw or hay and you leave it just outside and it rains, it all gets wet. And whilst it used to be hay, now it turns just to soggy hay, and then it starts to rot because you then can't dry it out anymore because you dried it into hay whilst it was in a state laid out on a field as wet grass, and the sun dried it in the summer. And if you let it get wet, you know, 3 months into the winter and you haven't kept it in a nice dry barn, that hay and that straw that's warm bedding and food for the animals that gets mixed in with the rest of the food and things does not do its job, and then you run out of food for your animals and run out of bedding, and then your animals freeze and starve. And there's none of that in these games. You know, they can't have your animals dying, can they? Of course not. And then your animals don't get sick ever, you know. So I would like to see some. There's plenty of places that could take this game, and they're struggling all the time. Yeah, you can always design new maps, you know. They could ask the modding community, which they do these days. You've got, they're bringing everything in nowadays. Tractor pull events through to, you know, who can pick up the most bales, you know, type of thing. The bale picking up challenge. I don't know if you've seen it. If you go and search online on YouTube, you'll find there's the bale challenge where they have to stack the bales so high with a specific vehicle and all sorts of silly things like that. Yeah, I believe so. But the thing is that for the most part, all these things are really things that should have been thought about a lot earlier than they have been now. You sat in my vehicle with me. I didn't actually need to go on with that course. We need to go. Something stops my vehicle then for a minute. Something keeps stopping my vehicle. So that won't stop. It's just driving on. I can't stop it. Can you jump out? It might be you sat in the seat that's doing it. No, jump out. If you want to drive it down to the thing, you can do, but I think something's sending it wrong. I don't want it to end up in the drink over here. Like I nearly crashed it into this thing a long time ago while you was away, while you went for your tea. Tim, Farmyard 207. I'm looking for 07 to Farmyard. I was trying this one and it kept doing this. Kept wanting to turn me around for some reason. No, but it's the course. If I start... I don't want to start at... Deactivate that. I want to start at the first waypoint. This course is called F7 to Farmyard, so it must have started here. And yet nothing.
Maybe you'll have to delete the course.
Yeah. Sometimes they go wrong and, you know. Look, if it was, look at that. There's no way of following that line.
What happened?
It's on in my game, just glitching off my PC screen. So I've got a few glitch errors that you can't see on the stream. Okay, so that's the last time that course is going to bug me, because that's the course. It is gone. There's another thing that I called for a long time ago. You've got a delete button and sometimes you accidentally hit it, but there's no... Are you sure you want to delete this? You should have a double call. You should click the delete button and then it should say, another button should pop up and say, you're really sure that you want to delete this course? Because the times I've accidentally created real long courses and it's took me ages to make them, then they accidentally get deleted. F7 to Farmyard, there's one. And it should just pick up. Not first waypoint. Nearest. It's going.
How do you not see me?
I can see you. Try jumping in now. Seems like it's going alright. It won't be long before it's... The what?
I'm in it.
Oh, bring it. it shouldn't be using the GTS anyway. So when you get up here, make sure you put that vehicle back where it belongs. Oh, I hated this truck for that. I like the truck, I like the look of it. It matches the trailer for me and everything else. Listen to the reversing. Annoying. It's like some of them stupid foreign ambulance sounds. You know, where did they get them from? You know, what possesses them to make them? It's like listening to a joke car in a circus. Whoop, 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 while it's driving. So look, the clowns are out on another job as the police go by. Yeah, give us it here, then I'll tip it, because yeah. Oh, this is mine, isn't it? Yeah. Can you go and make sure that the animals have all got water? Because it's been a day and a night. It's the next day now, isn't it? So once you get... No, the horse has got loads of food. It's the water that I'm concerned about. Yeah, but that's all you need to keep a check on is the water. The water usually goes first. I don't know. Maybe to do with evaporation or something. You can do. It just depends. I have to wait here now till that other vehicle comes up. You're bringing it up? You're bringing another vehicle up here? No, just drive it up normally by hand. Just drive it up manually by hand. Turn the engine on. Let me get into it. Jump out. Jump out. Jump out so I can get in it then. You have jumped out of it. Well, I've just been around the vehicles once and it's not coming up. There it is. Right. So the reason why it's not working is because the auto, the course player's on. So you stop the course player. Start the engine. And then don't use this vehicle for this job again. No, I'll put this on auto drive for you then. Just a minute. Go to F7 to farmyard. It's not moving, is it? Stop drive just a minute. It might be the mode that we're in. It's in field mode, that's why. Stab. Stabbed himself in the stomach with a pitchfork. Only works if the wheels are turning. The wheels aren't turning. No, it's alright. I'll get it. Just trying to cut the tops off all the bumps there. Well, you only got the. Have you got the pickup sugar? Yeah. Why don't you go and take that gold and sell it? Where did we take it before? I can't remember where we took it to though. No. It's not. You don't take it to the gold man. It came from the gold man. There's some of it's hidden all over the map, and you take it to another place. I forget where it was. to sell it. Is it there's an assay office at the docks? You know where you spawn when you come into this map? There's a little office, isn't there? Underneath the ramp. It goes up to the area where our vehicles and our stuff spawns.
So at the gold mine, the gold, you can get 18 grand.
18,000, yeah, for a bar of gold.
But I couldn't shop there. So when I did my game plan,
I don't know. Anyway, so we're nearly finished with this. It's a big dip here, look.
so I've lost my connection. There's a lot of movement on it.
I'm making a mess of it here. Well, you keep pulling the wire out, it's not going to work, is it? It doesn't fall out by itself, it gets pulled out. Well, when you're not here, it stays in all the time. I do. When you're not here, I play on that sometimes. Yeah, there's 2 accounts on there. That's why I didn't want you installing FS22, because what it'll do is override some of my other games I've got on there. So
You see that on your screen?
currently I've got,
Spinnery,
great demand at Spinnery, yeah.
you might get grey and black.
Have we got any sheep's wool yet? We've only had the sheep for about a day though. We haven't. We got them yesterday. In game days we had it yesterday. We've had one night. The sheep have only lived here for one day. One night and one day. Right, need that big green tractor really to get up here now, because the truck just might make it, yeah, but it's getting less likely. Yes, well, you've just got to log yourself back in. Yes, another Halfbergen farm. Right, anyway, we're coming to the end of the stream. We're gonna start wrapping it up. and I think 3 hours is enough. You just synchronising and getting back in. That's him coming back in. He lost his connection, and one of the computers has a dodgy internet connection. It never falls out. The lead, it's on Ethernet. Lead never falls out, apart from when people are brushing past it. So these sheep should produce wool, and I think the wool, and that's your food and your water.
Hey, look, I think I know where it comes out of. See ya. See me.
Yeah,
Come over.
it might even come up under here, and you have to drive in.
See, I don't think it is. Look. There's it, see ya. And there's nothing.
Yeah, this'll be where it comes out. Possibly just here, they'll get sheared. You'll shear your sheep in there. I know. Didn't see it. No, it wasn't here for me. The biplane. Okay. Do you want to go and get some more grass off the field? Quickly. So what I'll do is, off camera, I'll finish this bunker. And we'll get we're not in any desperate need of money now, you see, like we were a couple of phases ago. Phases being, every time you do a bunker of grass, that brings in so much money, whereas it's turned into chaff and what have you, that you don't need to do many of them before you're in the money. You don't actually need to do any of the farming or the animal husbandry, forestry, any of that. You don't really need to do it because it's just about earning money. You've got it all. Don't worry about it. Just go and drive it down there manually. A lot of these courses are courses I made when I was playing this farm a long time ago. It's the courseplay that's crashing the things in the game, because you need to just disconnect it now and again. Sometimes all the best intentions in the world, the courseplay will still go wrong. Like me today, I made a half of a course on the courseplay course that I normally use to get the two harvesters, to the two wheel loaders and this loader working together, me using one and courseplay driving one, and just hook together two weird a little almost a joke course and that works perfectly for the rest of the session. If you go and look at my last video, works perfectly for the rest of the bunker, taking the silage out of the bunker and loading it in trailers. After I'd finished, tried to make the course properly, show people how to do it, and it wouldn't work. Give it about 3 attempts. And unfortunately that is just the nature of cosplay and farming sims. That's how it goes sometimes. So you could make the best course in the world, one that works every single time you use it, but the time you got it on video camera it won't work. It's the way it goes. Do you want me to drive him?
No, yeah. It's like he's trying to get himself off of the cliff. Or the driver's stuff.
Let me jump in this truck because I'll set him on auto.
I just did.
Are you out?
I did the thing.
No, there's a course you don't know about. I set up a new course, a temporary one. The helicopter going past. I didn't see it either, but that's what makes that noise. Engine on. So when you set this course up, it's also got to be done on field work, as it won't work with the wagon that it's got on. And it wants to be at the beginning of the course. So he should start harvesting his stuff when he's got the right position. I said the first waypoint, but not yet. It's just driving to the next point. So the thing, I don't know whether course play was dumbed down and made stupid at one point, because it seems like it was used to be a lot better than what it is at some stages in gameplay. So there was one where you could have it picking up, it's getting to this point where it wants to be, you could have it picking up, you could have if you had this field on one continuous loop, a big zigzag all over the field picking up all of this, obviously you'd only get one or two, maybe even 3 windrows into that wagon. Once don't worry about it. It's not doing it yet. So when it gets to the farmyard, it would tip it off in the bunker I've selected. Then it would drive off again and come back. But instead of going to the very start of the course and driving up and down the field 3 or 4 times to pick up where the start of the course was, it would drive straight to the point where it previously broke off and start doing the windrows from that point. So obviously this can't do that, because it doesn't seem to know that there's no windrow there, but it still is trying to pick up invisible windrows. It'll probably turn here and do that row to the right hand side. But I'm saying that cosplay seemed to be a lot more intelligent than what it is now. So it seems like he's drawing the wrong ley lines in the road. Sinking players. Oh, you jumped out and back in again. Yeah, well. Anyway, we're going to have to call it quits now because we've been 3.5 hours. 3 hours 20 minutes. So, thank you very much for watching. If you join us in the next episode, when I come back, I'll be doing a literally taking off from where we finish this field. We'll finish this field off, fill the bunker, and then I'll get Farmer Tyler to seal the bunker. Then it'll just be a matter of waiting. And I've also got some trees to pick off another field. This one here, field 05. I want to finish this field. That's my next challenge. And get it planted up with something like canola or wheat would be the best thing. So you can see that we've already been round the outside and done some sowing of well, I can't remember whether I put some herbicide on this field because it was all full of weeds, so I put some herbicide on it, and then I've got those trees to take off still. How many trees is there still to take down? I can see at least 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, about 20 trees in total. 23 trees, I thought so. So I've got to cut them trees down. We've got to load the logs up onto a trailer, chip all the pointers and other branches and things, put them in the chipper. You've got another wagon over here to take to the thing. You've got to grind all the stumps so we'd have nothing to crash into. We was filling this and we was filling this. That full already. You could take this and sell it. They're all jobs that need doing. Yeah. Look, and then there's these that all need picking up. All these are all the tops of the trees which just need grinding, apart from these 2 big logs here. But all the smaller pieces up on the roof. It's up on the roof. Right, so with that, do you want to wave bye-bye? Are you going to jump off there and kill yourself? You're mental. It's like Superman, where he lands boom on the ground. Rightio. This is us. We're going. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next time round.